Good evening all. How are we doing? Hope we're all well. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Oh, right. I've been looking forward to this one, but equally dreading it just as much because I know the suggestions that's going to get put my way for this stream, and it's going to be all the cars that I do not like. However, that's a good start. However, I said we would do it, and so we're going to do it. So, get your suggestions in. We're going to be able to have 4 races tonight. We're going to finish at 10. What cars shall we take to race at Fuji? The problem here is we're not going to have that much practice with the car before we actually manage to go into the race, because this race, the daily race combos, finishes about a minute before you can join the next one. I'm on the hard tyres, Bill, because I'm going to need more practice on that than on the softs, because hard tyres is going to be difficult enough. So I think if I put a bit of practice on here, at least then, especially when we've only got a lap of, if that, of practice. So that is what we're going to be doing. We'll have 4 races in total. Suggestions in, please. Bill has chose the Z4. He already picked that last night on last night's stream, and so that's what we're going to go with. It is such a struggle, this car, for me. And a 141 is where we want to be aiming for hard tyre pace. That is kind of where we were at in the Ferrari. Right, we'll not quite manage to get a last lap done after this one. We will cross the line here, though. 41.7. Not too bad overall. We were down into the 40s in the Ferrari, but I'm very used to that car now. Just over a 10th up. Like I say, we'll not cross the line with this one, but... Three and a half tenths up. Just wanted to see how late I could brake there. Not as late as I did is the answer. I tell you what, that wouldn't have been a bad lap there on the hard tyres. That would have been a low 141, maybe high 140. But we're going to be in some very good quick lobbies here. So we're going to start on the hard tyres, I think, just to get myself used to the car. And then we can start pushing a bit more as we gain a bit more confidence, start pushing a bit more on the softs. Turn up the game audio. I can nudge it up a little bit. Nudge that up a smidge. There we go. I did say we are on the... Oh, I can't change. I can't check now. I did check. We were on the hard tyres, I think. Ah. Right, predictions in then. Everyone that was on the stream last night, this is what we voted for. Was to do another stream and to do this challenge. So this is on you. Predictions in. How well will it go? How bad can it be? In P9, the plan is to go forward, but this is a very quick lobby, as we've just seen there. Plenty A plus 37 for pole position in the lap times there. Rapid quick. We could struggle here. Z4 it is. How bad can it be? Livery there, courtesy of Bill. Thank you so much, buddy. Looks absolutely mega. Although it is red and white, and after today's monstrosity of a Newcastle-Sunderland derby. Right, in terms of brake balance, any suggestions for this car? I'm probably still going to go to the rear, but not as far as the Ferrari. And the plan is just to try and stay on the back of these guys here. As best as we can do. There's one already gone. Two already gone. There's no game audio. We had this issue before. Give me 2 seconds. Wait until we're on the straight. I'll sort that out. Or hopefully we can sort that out. I don't want to do an entire race in silence. But last time it was actually a quick fix of just mute and unmute the game audio. So let's try that. Has that fixed it? Please tell me that it has. That is what fixed it the last time. And I'm really hoping it's fixed it this time. Let me know. I'm going to go +5 brake balance from Bill's recommendation. Fixed. Wonderful. Thank you so much. Thank you for letting me know. Right, we're on the back of these guys in terms of pace here. Dubai in front. I wonder if he's starting on the hard tyres, which would be a weird suggestion for the start of the race when you're out in front. We're closing time to him though. Nicely done so far. Oh. You didn't recommend +5, you guessed +5? I thought you said I saw +5. I normally always prefer brake balance at the back anyway, try and save the fronts as much as possible. Even in the Group 3's rear engine cars, these tracks, or a track like Fuji, just choose the front end up anyway, so I'm going to go +5. That's my go-to. Whoa, I don't know if that was contact from behind there or if that was just me a bit too eager on throttle. Avo, how are we doing? Are you saying yes? Is that saying yes, the audio's fixed? Thank you so much, buddy. Welcome along. Thank you for tuning in. If you want to take some guesses as to how well or badly this race goes, now is the time. The thing that I'm not sure on is tyre wear for the soft tyres, however. That is the only slight problem at the moment. I don't want to push as far as 9 laps, which we were starting to get in the Ferrari. Because I don't know if the tyres are going to last that long in the BMW. I'm going to go for a move here. I'm going to go for the move here. Well, we went for it. It was worth trying. We'll go for it again there. That one definitely was worth trying. We've got the move. Someone's going to go off the track to go to the inside there. Track limits doesn't mean too much to this Spaniard yet. Right, let's chase him down the pit straight then. Are we going bump draft or not? We're getting bump drafted from behind, so it's going to give me the run to go for it. Let's go. Oh, he's got the switch. Yeah, he's always going to get that. Nicely done from the Frenchman here. Nicely done. Still 6.4 seconds to the leader. Right, if you can be patient enough on the throttle, I do have to say this BMW doesn't feel too bad. He says, if you can be patient enough on the throttle as he almost spins it round, we're all good. Go, go, go. Yeah, that's going to be a penalty there, I think. Oh, I think we might be alright. We might be alright. Yeah, I think we're going to be, thankfully. Going to desperately try and scrap here for the slipstream. And we've blocked in Sad Tomato, or Tomato, behind us there, because then the Frenchman's unghosted. He's still going to get the run on us, though. Nicely done in the Lambo. Let's keep going. Trying to read that comment, Bill. It's a long one, 2 minutes. Oh, that's a bit of a lag, isn't it? That's not what we want. Right, couple of more laps. I think that's still classed as being in, as far as I am aware. Saw the video you did with the MX-5 in the 1 Series. Why were you so cautious with the uphill on the dirt road? Were you there? No. Yeah, that one was brutal because the heat of the Mazda had already overheated, but we didn't know exactly what was wrong with it. Or we thought it was radiators, then it turned out afterwards that it was just a seal gone on the coolant. But I had to have the, to stop it from overheating or blowing up, the heaters on full pelt, which was just awful. I couldn't take the roof off, which is what I wanted to do, because it would have knacked the cameras for brightness, you know, camera settings and all that sort of stuff. So the challenge mostly was that I was getting literally baked inside of an MX-5 sauna, which, I'll be honest, even watching back was like a tough watch. But yeah, the roads, I promise, were a lot worse than what it probably looked in the video. We didn't, because of the issues with the Mazda, we didn't manage to hang around and get as much shots as we wanted to actually highlight just how bad it really was. There was only a couple of spots where I was like, oh, we've actually got the footage there of where you don't fall off a cliff, or where you're not going to fall off a cliff edge. But thanks for that, Bill. Anyway, it's 10 grand spent on a video, and the first comment is, what were you worried about? So I appreciate that. Thank you very much. That was money well spent. Ooh, keep it straight. Well, not keep it straight on a corner, but keep it straight without not spin it round is what I meant. Right, P7 goes in. He's just served a penalty there as well, I think. So I imagine we'll not see him again in this race if we don't bin it and we drive as we mean to go on. 9.9 is the gap to the lead. He's pulling out time slightly now. We've dropped off slightly. Oh, that is somehow a purple sector. Everybody must be on the hard tyres then. If I'm setting purple sectors, then everybody must be on the hard tyres, is the only thing that I can assume. Right, we've got someone beside us here. And now behind us. I feel like they're going to go for a move here. Yeah, they've gone for it. They've gone for it. Still trying to turn in as late as possible there. Oh. Just trying to get the steering straightened up as early as you can. To get your foot down as early as you can. Right, this is going to be the last lap, and then we're going to come in. We're going to slipstream this guy all the way into the pits. That'll do. Might get track limits there. Z4 just awesome. It's not too bad at the moment. We're definitely slower than what we were in the Ferrari, but that's also without any practice. So overall, it's not too bad at the moment. Again, come on. Trying third gear there. I don't know whether that's any better. Doesn't really feel like it. Right, into the pits then, onto the soft tyres now. So this is where we can see everybody that's been on the hards and on the softs. We can see most of the front runners have actually started on the hard tyres. No, I don't think I said that it was a rough road. But it is, in many places, a very tight... Those hairpins were a bit of a killer when you're trying to let traffic past and stuff. We'd done a recce of it the week before. Even in my normal car, it was struggling. I did think that we might have lost a Mazda there. Some of those potholes were a bit brutal, but we didn't really manage to film most of the ones that we ran over, annoyingly. When we've got the budget bill, we'll go to Bosnia. Don't you worry. When we've got Grand Tour and Top Gear levels of budget, we'll do a trip to Bosnia, no problem. Right, on the soft tyres now then. Oh, slightly overcooking that one. But on the soft tyres now, our chance to see what pace this BMW does actually have. And we can see a big group of cars in front. I think that's 3 or 4 cars there. Yeah, 3. Oh no, it is 4. 4 cars. All scrapping and costing each other time. So let's try and close this gap to the leader now then, if we can. Try and gain a couple of positions. That will be 7, 6, 5, P4 at the front of that group. Go, go, go. Is there any of those guys that's actually still to pit out front there? Just trying to have a look. Once you realise how early you can be on the power coming out that corner, it's a very satisfying corner, that is. Well, there is us beating a Ferrari out of the corner, which is very rarely said for any car against the Ferrari. I assume he must be on, he has to be on hard tyres there. Because soft tyres, surely the Ferrari would have absolutely rinsed that there. He's going to go for it here, the Ferrari. We're going to hold it, try to hold it around the outside. That's decent racing, that is. Decent racing, love that. Keep it going. Why didn't I defend to the inside for turn 11? Because I thought that he was on the hard tyres and I didn't really think that he would have went for a move. To be honest, I thought he would have just sat behind. And we have dropped him there. So I think he was on the hard tyres, but obviously he's been tempted to go for a move because he's had the slipstream and kept pace with us there. Hopefully going to be for a P6 here. Oh, bit of a moment. With that then we're just going to have to go around and then let him bump draft us, I think. Yeah, he's going to drop off there. Drop back. Nice. Not too shabby. That might be a penalty. I think it is. We're very lucky there. Thankfully we're alright. That could have been a penalty. I tell you what, on the soft tyres, the BMW, the Z4 here, does actually hold its power down pretty well. It just doesn't manage to do that on the hard tyres. It slides all over on the hards. But then in this, it holds the power very well coming out the corners. Not too shabby at all. However, it's the front that's going to go first, way beyond, way earlier than the rears look. I'm just not managing to close any kind of gap to the leader, and I don't think to anybody in front of us yet. So I think that is everybody now done with pit stops. Two laps left. Tyres on this are in a better state than what they were in the Ferrari, I think, for this time of the race. Yeah, very light on for rear tyre wear. Hardly any there at all. I would say there's probably a little bit more pace in the BMW here. I am just struggling to get it out. Cheech, how we doing? Hope we're all good. Where's Key punting? I like Key. Why does everyone hate Key? Still loads of life left in the rear. So to be honest here, looking at this now... Oh, there's the understeer kicking right in. Looking at this now... You probably could do another lap or two on the softs in this car, couldn't you? Probably quite easily. Get the switch back on Grove there. Going to defend this one to the hilt. He's going to go for the big swooping switchback, or the V-cut on that corner there. And I think if it was a run down to turn 1, he'd have probably had us, but it's a run to the line, and so we should be alright, I think. We'll have that then, P6. Not bad, starting from P9. That's all good. That is all good. I tell you what, way back in the day, we did a stream where we did 200 laps. If I remember rightly, it would have been on GT Sport. We did 200 laps of this track of Fuji in the Super Formula on the time trial. And maybe all these years later, it's paying off. Right. Next up, what car are we doing next? I think James has already put a comment in saying the Mustang. So is that what we're going for, the Mustang? We want 201 laps. 200, never enough. 201. Stu's just commented on the Cheap Car Challenge saying, bought my son a Mercedes SLK 200 for his first car on our Cheap Car Challenge video, which if you haven't seen, please go check it out, where we put two cars head to head with a budget of 1,500 quid, which is the average, now is the average cost of a first year's insurance for a new driver. £1,500, 1,533. So that formed our budget to go, well, if you weren't being ripped off on insurance, what car could you go get for that amount of money? And we found our answers in two rather cheap cars. But Stu's just said his first year's insurance was 700 quid, which is a miracle. Which I've replied saying he must be only insured for 18 miles a year. You know, when you lie and you say I do like 1,000 or 2,000 miles a year. Maybe he put down that he only does 12. Right, well, we're going to go straight back in for another one. Predictions in, predictions in, predictions in. We'll start on hard tyres again for this one. We could probably do with a warm-up since we have zero reference of this car. Yep, good warm-up. There we go. Fully used to the Mustang now. That was great, that. There we go. That set us up nicely for this race. Someone suggested yesterday as well the R8. So that might be another one that we take a look at. Get your suggestions and comments in now for the next two cars. Because we need to... We've only got 30, 40 seconds before we end up in the next race. So we need to know what car we're going for. Okie dokie. Let's go, let's go. Right, if you haven't done so already, just before we get into this race, if you haven't done so already, please do hit the like button on the stream, and if you can make sure that you're subscribed to the channel if you are not. And then if just before this race starts, you can go watch the 45-minute cheap car challenge just before this race starts, that would be tremendous as well. Go give that a watch. Do that after the stream. Here we go. Right, we got House LH44. Something tells me he's a Lewis Hamilton fan. I'm going to go brake balance to the rear. He's behind us, the Lewis Hamilton fanboy, but with very bad internet connection. So that always bodes well. Right, brake balance to the rear. In the Mustang, we're going in blind here. I've got absolutely no clue what to expect. It's one of those where you can kind of just put your foot down as much as possible and see when it slides. And then you have to work backwards from that. Otherwise, the other risk is the opposite way, where you're too cautious and then drop way too far down the grid. Feels alright, the Mustang, though. Oh, I felt it sliding there. I felt it sliding there. Right, I'm guessing again everybody in front is on hard tyres. Everybody seems to be starting on the hards now as well, which is not what everybody was doing beforehand. Earlier in the week we did have the front runner starting on the softs, but I'm guessing now if we went and done the opposite, now if we started starting on the softs, we might grab a position or two early doors. Could actually benefit. A lot of wheel spin there, a lot of wheel spin. This guy's going to go for the move. Is he going to tag us? We're running all the way out wide. That's House there in front, look, with the poor internet. Our best form of defence here is to just slot in behind, get the slipstream, to then end up, hopefully, back in front of him. We're going to have to go to the left. He's gone very defensive. I'm hoping not to get tagged from behind here. He wasn't too keen on giving us the space. Oh! Nearly got tagged. Well, we did get tagged. It nearly sent us around. Luckily, we're all right. Jeez. Someone's going to go for the move there. Oh, no, they're not. I thought they were going to. That's it. Oh, I thought that was going to be contact. He was very close there. I thought that was going to be contact. Right, we've got a good run onto the back straight and a slipstream to suit. Honda Accord for your first car. Get in. Tell you what I'm a fan of. Has anyone seen the new, it's not out yet I don't think, or maybe it has just been released, but the latest Honda Prelude? What a very nice looking car that is. And it's got Hyundai's new trick, which came out a little while ago, of the simulated gear changes. So because in those hybrid systems, oh, that was twice. Oh my god. What a crap failed attempt of a J-turn that was. Oh no! dreadful. Absolutely dreadful. Look how far back we are now. We are never catching that pack. Oh, you've got to be kidding. You've got to be kidding. Twice I thought I saved that there. Twice I thought I saved that. Git. No, the new Prelude is lush. Peter saying BMW. I'm assuming you mean M6. I will absolutely jump in the BMW M6 if that is the car that we're talking about. The new Prelude's basically a Civic. It's all the same tech and everything inside, although it does have that simulated gear change in sport mode, which is pretty mega. It doesn't look like a Civic at all. Where maybe it's from the front. It looks absolutely mega though. I reckon anyways. Oh, I can't believe I lost all that time binning it like that. Absolute tragedy. Well, I've got the Civic. That's why I'm telling you it's different. Have I tried the Ferrari 296? Not yet. Not yet. But I've seen a lot of people struggling with that, which is why I ended up avoiding it. And why I ended up sticking with the 458, which then the 458 absolutely rinsed everybody that was in the 296. And then it's why nobody's really in that car, unfortunately. I think once they nail it with the balance of power a little bit better. Oh no. No. This is it. It's happening now. It's happening now. Good. You've got 3 Ferrari 296 GT3s. I hope you mean in real life. That's quite the garage, if so. Yeah, this is not a nice car to drive, this. What a handful this car is. James, next time you suggest the Mustang, I'm going to get back into the habit of saying no. Oh my god, so difficult. Oh, understeer. It understeers a lot, and so you end up putting more steering lock in whilst you're trying to put the power down, which is then what causes the back end to just start snapping out. It's almost like the steering rack just isn't connected properly. Or maybe it's my wheel is broken. It's one of the two. It's obviously not driver's fault. God, this is such a bad car. Oh dear. Yeah, the Viper, it could be a good shout. Definitely could be a good shout. I think the slight difference with Daytona and this is that there's probably just a bit more emphasis on the straight line speed. Whereas this is kind of corner exit whilst still cornering, isn't it? See, look at that. The Ferrari, you can just plant it in third through there. You can lift, turn in, and while you're turning, plant it in third. And that's also a corner where the Viper would struggle as well. And then this is another one as well. Struggle, struggle, struggle. Right, one more lap. And then we're going to pit. The other option is that we can back out of this one and go do some more quali. That is the other option, because we get about 7 laps of quali before we end up in the lobby. And we can do that quali in the Viper if we wanted. Yeah, James's pick, in fairness, yeah. One car you would not recommend is the BRZ. Yes, I agree with that. If it's still the same setup as what it was before the update. I don't know if they've changed much of the cars or much of that car. Sean, how we doing? Go on, Sunderland. Unbelievable. I tell you what, it was a bloody good goal from Voltamata though, wasn't it? What a header. Keeper had no chance. The keeper had no chance. Wild. Absolutely wild. Right, James. We need a reply from James. Is he still on? Because we need a decision whether we carry on or whether we knock it on the head. Our fastest lap is a 42 on the hards. And yeah, our fastest lap, even in the BMW, which I struggle with, was quicker, was way quicker than that. So do we carry on and struggle? Yeah, John's saying the Corvette. We were just saying there, John, I don't know if you were on at that point, we were mentioning the Viper as well. Look at all the oversteer that I'm having to deal with here. It's like every point you put your foot down. Oh, that's track limits as well. Oh, I don't care about this one anymore. I'm giving up hope, I think. The M3, yeah, I mean, we can have a look. P1 round 1, nice one, John. Get in. Nicely done. Where are you? Where you racing? Is it different rounds, different tracks, or all at the same track? Right, James hasn't even replied, and this was his suggestion, so I'm going to take full control of this one and bin this one off. That's what James gets for suggesting a car and then logging off the stream. Right, let's go do something different. We've still only got 10 minutes there, so what were the other cars that were suggested? We've had the M3 suggested. We had the Corvette's just been suggested by John. We had the Viper, which is probably a good shout. And then Peter suggested one as well. He suggested the Ferrari, the 296. Was there any others? We said we were going to take a look at the R8. Peter suggested the BMW. We could have a look at the M6, but that is equally wild out of the corners. Although it is a little bit better to handle than the Mustang that we've just had. So, suggestions, please, or decide between the M3, the Corvette, the Viper. So, M3, Corvette, Viper, or whatever the other one was that we suggested. I've forgotten. Oh, the R8. R8, Corvette, Viper, or M3. The next comment is what decides it. M3, Corvette, Audi R8, or Viper. M3, Corvette, Viper, R8. M3, Corvette, Viper, or R8. Next comment decides. Very easy to drive, just not very fast. Oh, we got a new subscriber as well. Mars, thank you so much for subscribing. Absolute hero. If you're watching on the stream at the moment, you might have found us from another video. But if you're on the stream, do say hello in the chat. John's saying the Corvette. So I'm going to probably... Should we have a look at the Corvette? Corvette might be a struggle, you know. As we say, there's probably a reason why people aren't using other cars. And we very much know the reason. Right, come on then. Even still, that feels better than the Mustang all day. I want to make sure I read that name properly. Mars. There we go. Is it two separate words? It's all written as one, obviously. I'm checking that I've separated it properly. Mars, or how do I say your name? Let me know. What's your content? Just realised I wasn't subbed. Oh, thank you so much. Thank you. That means a lot. I really appreciate that. Let me know how to pronounce your name. Make sure I'm saying that properly or correctly. This is so much better than the Mustang. So much better. Oh, it is Mars. Two separate words. Perfect. Thank you so much, Mari. Just your two nicknames, right? Okay. Which of those two nicknames do you want? We'll go Mari. Thank you so much. Right, this feels better than the Mustang, but I don't know if it actually is better than the Mustang. 38.3 is our fastest lap that's in the Ferrari. We're going to be well off that pace. 39.4. Do we reckon we can take about a second out of that lap time in this car? 2/10 now. Halfway around this track. Still lots of time lost there. Just a suggestion, what have you thought of doing a multi-class endurance race with the chat in a future stream? I would absolutely love to do that, definitely. We actually did in our British Art Foundation championships, which we race on Sundays. We don't seem to do that anymore, but we used to. We did some multi-class races and they were absolutely mega. Really, really good fun. And a bit of a challenge having different people in different cars, so I would love to do something like that. Definitely. We'll have to try and get something sorted, I think, in the next year, in the new year. Struggling in this car. Struggling. Do we want to throw in any other suggestions which we can quickly take a look at? Or do you want to go, should we go for the or should we go for the Corvette? Really am struggling. The R8 seems a good car. I think we go with the R8 for the next one. We suggested that one last night. Let's see if we can jump in the R8. I'm assuming it's, yeah, LMS Evo. Yeah. How did the R8 slip into the top charts? I know. It wasn't... when I'd picked the Ferrari, I was like, of all the cars... I picked that one because I was like, of all the cars on the Monday night stream to jump in without practice, I was like, the Ferrari is probably the one to go for. That did seem to start climbing up the times. And then all of a sudden, yeah, the R8 is just there. But I feel like the R8 surely must be a bit of a struggle. Oh, it turns... That turns very nicely there, you know. That just turned in unbelievably well. Even though it's first corner, maybe I'm comparing that straight away to the Corvette. R8 is a dream. The Audi R8 is a dream. You can see the difference as well. It's planted like the Ferrari, where you know, even in a lower gear, and even if you have a little bit of steering lock on, as I messed that one up, sometimes it just comes even down to the gear and ratios, but you know, just if you plant your foot on a corner, you're not going to spin it. A little bit too confident with the R8 there, I think. Right, let's try and set a good lap if we can. Yeah, the R8's nice. The R8 is nice, I've got to say that. Signature move, absolutely. Right, come on. Let's get as close as we can to that 138.3. Look at that, I've missed the apex there, but the steering in this, the turning circle, even at speed, so much less than what we've just had, for example, in the Mustang, where it does nothing but understeer. That one we've carried a bit too much speed, missed the apex, and still managed to make up for it. Right, that one I did take a bit too much curb on the last lap when I spun it there. Might be track limits. I think this is still going to be a 39. Still feels like a 39 lap, I think. Oh, it's not too bad, that. It's actually a mid 38. I think we'll stick with second gear coming out that first corner. Michael, how are we doing? Sorry, just seeing your message there. Sorry. Evening, people. Good evening, buddy. Hope we're all well. Welcome. Oh, I'm not going to lie. We rage quit, didn't we, out of that last race there. So we can't expect too much in terms of... Oh! We're back up to A+. Yeah, we rage quit out of that last race. So we must have been A+ before we went in, and somehow we're still hanging on to it. I got no idea how, but we're back up to A+. We've been on the precipice for a couple of weeks now. So we're back up to A+ again, which we had last week. We got A+, and then we binned it off straight away. Oh, we know, wow, literally pretty much everybody in this one, I think. Oh, I didn't get to say hello to everybody. Need the carbon livery on it, yeah. Be even more rapid. Right, let's go again. Right, last race. I'm going brake balance all the way to the rear again, but maybe it's not the wisest of ideas in the Audi, but we'll see. Right, Not the quickest in a straight line, which we were finding out, weren't we? As we started closing and catching the Ferrari, the Audi very easily in the last few races. But its party trick is being as planted as it is in the corners. I tell you what, should we, you know when we were talking about attempting the two-stop strategy, should we do it in this race for a laugh? Should we do it in this race for a laugh? Just to see. Because I don't think we're going to get through much of this traffic here, do you? Like, actually looking at it? Yes, Bill says yes. Just to see how badly it can go, let's attempt the two-stop here. God. The lobby, the quality of this lobby has all of a sudden dropped dramatically. What is he doing? Right, come on, let's attempt the two-stop then. This will be tricky, this. This will be difficult. Yeah, off my head attempting this. Oh, definitely. Oh, there's no doubt about it. I think Bill did have it right in yesterday's stream, where it was like, you're only better off trying this if you actually are racing in like B and C rated lobbies. But it's a question of, if you weren't on the hard tyres for the entire race, could you make back that pit stop time? And on the time that we were making up to the guys at the front of the grid in the previous few races, you absolutely could when we were in those slightly lower lobbies. But maybe at this pace, in these lobbies now, probably not quite going to happen. But even if we can just undo the pit stop time, it's very unlikely, by the way, because we're obviously going to bin it at some point, signature moves included. Very much puts this out of contention, really. Just got to be careful. Little bit of lift off oversteer there. It's about remembering what you're working with the R8. The tiniest little bit of throttle input under braking and into those corners sometimes needed. Yeah, the leaders in the... I mean, they were alien quick, those guys. That was the problem. Wasn't it? They were bonkers quick. Just need 15 quali laps and we'll be alright. James, where were you when I tried the Mustang? You buggered off. We gave the Mustang a go and then we binned it immediately. And then we binned the car off altogether. That lift off oversteer! I feel like the physics of that has to be exaggerated in this game. There's no way on earth someone could build a car that does that when you come off the accelerator. It's just stupid. Fair play for giving it a go. Yeah, we soon binned it off though. Oh, look at that. 141, well off the pace. Oh no, that's our outlap. No, it's not. No, it's not. No, it's not. No, it's not. That is just off the pace altogether. Bad. Bad. On 40.8, a little bit better. Well, I think we've already answered the question, can you do the two-stop in this race? The answer is no. I think I just needed to see it for myself, otherwise I would have kept questioning the idea until we went and done it. Look at this for lap time. Ah! Horrendous. I am closing that gap, but only slightly. I think if we look overall, we're not going to have undone that pit stop in the next 2 laps, which is when we would have needed to. And we'll be just a few seconds off that, I think. There's someone coming off the hard tyres now, though. Tyre wear for this Audi, though, we probably could do, in total, you probably could go a bit longer on the soft tyres. You could potentially, if tyre wear... If the rate of tyre wear stayed the same, we've done 5 laps and they're not even halfway done. You could possibly get 10 laps. Yeah, the question of can you do a 2-stop in this race has absolutely been answered. That was theoretically answered a long time ago. It just seemed like an alternative option to make up some places in this race, but I'll see. I'm not taken the corners as well. Look at that. Look how much time we've gained there. I'm not getting the full speed out of this car, I don't think. Yeah, I'm not getting the full speed out of this car. Oh, that's even more frustrating. Look at that. Those race leaders. It just goes to show the kind of lobby that we're in. When we were racing in the lower lobbies earlier this week, this would have been a laugh. This would have worked. But they've actually gained time and headed further down the road, whilst I've been trying to lap as quickly as possible on the soft tyres. They've actually still gained time on the hards. That's ridiculous. So yeah, we're not going to have undone that pit stop, unfortunately. Yeah, the Audi, the R8's a bit of a handful. It's similar to the Lambo, isn't it? Mid-engined. Just wild. If you're really brave, then first gear is probably the quicker gear out of some of those corners, I think, as well. terms of favourite car around here, I've just not been able to get anything better for me than the 458. The 458 has just been the car. Absolutely love it. Mahim, how are we doing? Driving an Audi. Oh, the MX-5 for a mini-series. I think the MX-5 might have been quicker than this car, to be honest. Sherpa saying the Lambo's best on the tyres. I haven't done the Lambo, but there's been a few people in it, and they've been pretty quick and pretty competitive, to be fair. We could have a look at the Lambo if we wanted. That could be next suggestion. We've got one more race after this, so we want to see some more suggestions in the chat. We need to have decided which car we're going to do next before this race ends, otherwise we've not got time to sit and dither about, because you go straight into the next race. You've literally only got about a minute before the entry closes. Some I'm going to call TRL Lighting. I actually don't know who that is. Did well with it. Have you tried the Jag? Oh, the Jag you're talking about. Oh, now the Jag I haven't, but I do love the Group 3 Jag. Everyone knows how much I absolutely love the Group 3 Jag. It's just not very good sometimes, which is annoying. My favourite car, and it ends up being always, no matter what the track, just not very competitive, which is a shame. I still don't know who that is, unfortunately. Is he a streamer, or is he... If he's one of the World Series Gran Turismo racers, I tend actually not to know who they are at all. It shows how little I follow and pay attention to it, to be honest. Just got P2. Nice one, John. Good stuff. Where were you? I asked you before, where were you racing at? You must have just missed it. Anywhere exciting? Any good tracks? Look at that. I haven't even managed to break into the 39s. Nowhere even near 38s in this R8, which is what we were in my beloved 458. P1 and 2 at Daytona. Nice. It was a good racetrack then. Good stuff. Have you got another race to go, or is that it? Look at that. I'm just gaining no time to anybody, really. Oh, that's going to be a penalty. Done for tonight. Nice. A Sunderland fan won. Brilliant. Oh, 2 more laps left. This is painful. This is absolutely painful. However, this car is pretty decent on its tyres, and if I was a little bit quicker in it, if you could manage to get that down to even like a mid 39 or high 39, you'd be able to get a few more laps out of this car than most are getting on the soft tyres. Oh, that's it. Gone. I'm going to be over a minute behind now. Damn it. Oh. And we got dirty tyres and we're straight into the wall. Well, I'm glad we tried it, as I would rather that than have been getting rammed off the track as we were with the people that we were racing at the time. Can't park there. Absolutely not. Get that car moved. Oh. Tyres are no good. And a penalty for good measure. Awesome. Right, we need to decide what car we're in next. Would people forgive me if I overruled and went back to the 458 to at least have one good race for this stream? Would we afford me a trip out in the 298? Hey, they're saying he's in this car. And it's like, well, you're doing a better job than me. Although I think I would have been alright if I just didn't attempt a stupid 2-stop. If we were in the lobbies that we were in on Monday night, then we would have been managing that no problem. Right, let's just do everybody a favour and quit that one. Ugh, right. 458, but with the 1-stop. Yeah, we've got to do a proper strategy if we do the 458. Right, let's do Let's do 458 then. Thankfully. Thank goodness. And we'll start on the hard tyres. Or, depending where we are starting, we could go out on the soft tyres, potentially. Because then we might gain a few positions early doors, but it just depends whether or not that's worth doing. Because we'll soon lose them again. We will soon lose them again. Some of those lap times are bonkers though, aren't they? Just absolutely mental. Trying to have a watch of some of this here. I want to see if people are lifting or heavy braking into... Yeah, so a little bit of braking. They are managing to run wide but staying within track limits. You can see there as well, they are hitting the brakes slightly through the long right-hander, whereas I'm trying to do it by lifting. And maybe that's actually costing more time, I don't know. Because then I'm actually running wide. Interesting. Faster than what you expected. Yeah, I bet. Right, what do we do then? I think start on the hard tyres, do we think? A lot of people in the 458 now, by the way. Start on the hard tyres. Well, I just blame the Audi R8, you see, Mahim. That's what I put that down to. Right. Starting hard tyres. Front as hard, rears as soft. That is actually what we need. Ideal setup, that is. Right, come on then. Final race of the stream. Final race of these dailies this week. Before we get on to new daily races tomorrow. Little bits of housekeeping before we start. If you haven't hit the like button on the stream, please do so. If you're watching and you haven't yet subscribed, please do so. Excuse me. And if you haven't yet said hello in the chat on this stream, please do so. What are you waiting for? And then get your predictions in. Here we go. How well or badly are we going to do in this race? Oh, we'll have that. Quadruple overtake. Yes. Yes. That right there is why we love this Ferrari. That's why we love the Ferrari. Oh, They've killed each other as well. Or they're killing... Well, we've got caught up in that now, which is not good. Why has all the first laps of Fuji been as dirty as they have? I don't quite understand it. Oh, there's another two people punting each other off. Right, we're up to P6 then. Great stuff. Remember to make a YouTube short out of that. Absolutely. Speaking of which, we will highlight that. There we go. We just done that. Into turn 1. Is that a double overtake into turn 1? It might well be. We've buggered up the exit though. So we're going to lose out there. Oh, I've been hit from behind there. And then I've launched into the Greek driver in front. I'm going to do what I can to make sure he holds on to that position there. Oh, but there's someone else getting involved, which is then difficult to do. Right, come on. Next few laps, we can't lose time. Yeah, exactly. The devs would be out of work. If they actually ever got to a point where they sorted the penalties, honestly, this game might actually not... It would reduce the amount of rage quits, I bet, that people do every single week. Lost a lot of time there. Outbraking, well outbraking into turn 1. Penalty. Damn it, penalty. It's weird, I'm starting to get used to driving that R8 there, because we were able to put the power down a lot more mid-corner than we actually can do in the Ferrari, and yet I was talking about the Ferrari being the king of exit speeds, which I think exit speeds it is, but mid-corner of medium to high-speed corners, not the car for it compared to that Audi. Just going to be out of slipstream range as well here, so this might leave us pretty vulnerable to the Greek driver behind, potentially. Gain and lose everything in the span of 30 seconds, yeah, exactly. That's just a typical Gran Turismo race though, is it not? Feels like it most of the time. Right, need to brake and turn in way earlier in the Ferrari than what I was in the R8, that's for sure. Oh, look at this. I'm still in the 42s, even in the Ferrari now. I was so much quicker on Monday night. What times was I getting on Monday night? Well, I was taking out time to people at a pretty decent rate, but we were in slightly lower lobbies. So my actual lap times, I'm kind of blurring that with how quickly we were catching up to others, which obviously had a lot slower lap times. But we were on pace with Super GT. We were closing him down rapidly. He was in the 296, which was a little bit slower. But yeah, we were definitely managing 40s on Saturday. I was saying Monday, sorry. On our last stream last night, we were managing, I'm sure we were managing 40s pretty, on average, decently in this Ferrari on the hard tyres. But I might just be remembering that completely wrong, to be fair. I might not have lost any pace at all, because I might never have had it. It just felt like we did, because we were getting loads of good results, but we've climbed up in terms of DR, and obviously if my pace hasn't changed, then the pace of the lobbies that we are in definitely has. Remember seeing me in one of Super GT streams? Yeah, it would have been on Monday then, yeah. Thought someone hacked my account. Because I was so far ahead of him. Yeah, we raced against him at Yas Marina and then here as well. I uploaded the video against Steve on Wednesday. I uploaded the recorded video of it. That was when we were talking about the track limits of Yas Marina basically not existing. Right, Vestex in front of us, or Vestax in front of us. I feel like I've raced this track too much now. Ah! Every possible mistake you could make, I am now making. Mid 140 lap time incoming. I wish. Just need to try and be extra quick on the soft tyres when we get onto them. Losing so much time to the leader. Just every time you look, you're just seeing the time go up and up and up and up. Please don't be track limits. Please don't be track limits. Don't know where that pit now. I'm going to go one more lap. Right, Parksy is in front there, who's gone into the pits. A couple of places up. He has been on the soft tyres. So we might be able to close him down with the difference in pace once we go onto the softs. Vestax still in front. And then Kuba, we're just not closing that gap down at all, I don't think. Probably just easiest to accept that now. Right, I think we've got a race on our hands with Vestax in front. Right, and we're going to come into the pits. 2-second gap to him as we come into the pits. Right, that one seemed alright. I hope that's not track limits. That one seemed like that was alright. Oh! Kubes came in. He was on the soft tyres. Ho-ho! Right, that's alright then. So he's took out 1.5 seconds a lap in pace, but he was on the soft tyres. And we don't have a track limits penalty. Thank God for that, because I really did think we were going to get one there. Right, Vestax in front. 1.8 is the gap to him. We've got P5. Now, Kuba was on the soft tyres, and he was pulling out gaps. Condor, however, is on. I think he's now on the soft tyres. Possibly, not sure. Yeah, and then Parksy, he was on the softs to begin with, and now he's on the hard tyres. So we should be able to hopefully close him. And then Vestax is our race. We're closing him down slightly. Come on. $13.9. Not that race leader. Not that the race leader is our race. As I will make perfectly clear. Right, come on. I think there's a podium in this. There's a podium in this. Gap to Vestax down to 1.1 now. He's getting held up. Vestax has got the move. It's very important that I get in front of Parksy now as soon as possible. Oh. Closing in on him there. Right, that's going to work out all right. We can use the slipstream of Parksy to kind of slingshot us up to Vestax, I think. Not quite, not quite, not quite. Right, we're still right on the back of Vestax though. That's good. Come on. Podium could be on here. Podium could be on. Not like that, it won't be. Close. Come on. We've set fastest lap as well. Granted, that is with a hefty, hefty slipstream. Track limits! He might have a penalty there. He'll be unlucky if he does. I don't agree with the track limits penalty there, because you're not gaining time, I don't think. Luckily for him, he doesn't get one. Unluckily for us, he doesn't get one. Another fastest lap, courtesy of another slipstream. We send it, we go for it, we absolutely have it. Come on, come on. Right, we're holding on to the podium now. It's a case of defending for 2 laps for the podium. Come on. 2 seconds to Kuba in front as well. He's got an absolute rocket ship in a straight line by the looks of it. Vestex is not going to work with us here, is he? Oh, he actually is. I'm surprised at that. Fair play to him. Fair play to him. He's clearly got a bit more patience than me, because I went for the move as soon as I spotted the chance. Right, can we get P2 here? Do we think we can get P2 here? Come on. 9/10, come on. Come on. Eight tenths, come on. He's turned into us. He's turned into us. Vextex is going to have the run now. He's going to have the run on us now. Oh! No! Are we going to do it? Yes! P2! Get in! P2! Now, I reckon that move from me was alright. What do we think? That was fine. That was fine. That was fine. I will not be told otherwise. That was fine. That was definitely okay, that move. I'm going to go review the replay, but that was 100%. I'm 100% confident that was fine. Yeah, going to watch the replay, definitely. I think you were beside him. I think so as well. I know that I was alongside, and it's weird to say you're ahead at the apex, because if you're taking two different sort of lines, you can only really judge kind of once you're out of the corner. But he's in the sit run as well, which is interesting, isn't it? I've just realised the German with a good pace there. I'm going for the tight corner, so I'm alongside, or if not ahead. But because he's then going to carry so much more speed on the switchback, he's just gone straight into us with our slower exit. But there was still, where he's turned into us, there was still loads of space on the outside. He could have still gone around and then battled us for a run to the line. But I reckon that was all right. I'm 1,000,000% happy with that. Yeah, I'm saying that was a good race. Oh, we definitely heard. We definitely had contact because there was this. He switched back, and we were there. But we'll have a look. There was definitely. Oh, click the power pack again. Yeah, there was definitely contact. That was what I was saying. He's gone into us, but he could have gone. There was a bit more space to go around, but maybe he wouldn't have expected us to be there by the time he's cut back or took the line that he has. We'll have a look and we'll see. We'll have a look. Of course, we'll have a look. Right then, here we go. Let's review this one. Get your thoughts in the comments and in the chat. We know we're not going to get the move there, but I just want to go tight a line as possible, knowing that I'm not trying to carry speed all the way around the outside. If anything, I'm even possibly ahead there. In fact, I definitely am ahead. No question. So at the point that I hit the apex, I am now ahead there. No doubt on that. And then we obviously carry... The question is that I've obviously still ran a little bit wide of the apex, but I've still been in front. And that's the key there. If we were alongside or only half alongside, or, you know, more or less behind, if I then didn't clear the apex or done the same line as I have done, then it's a bit more questionable. But I've been ahead at that point. So I think racing rules-wise, and this guy's obviously going hard right to get a direct line for the cutback, and obviously just two completely different racing lines are always going to connect and make contact that way. It's not as clear-cut when you watch the replay, I will be honest. But if you have any thoughts on that, drop them in the chat. Let me know what you think. I think you gave him enough space, yeah. You were clearly ahead, I agree. Like, at that point, the position... Although, that said, it still hasn't gave me the position. Oh, no, that's... Yeah, it has. It has, P2 and P3 there. And you can see that I'm turning in, and I would have still made that corner. There was a little bit of contact on that exit, but... Yeah, what do we think? From his side, I could see why he would be a little bit annoyed, but it's an aggressive move and we've got to go for it. But at the same time, you've got to go defensive in that case, haven't you? You've got to go defensive, defend the corner, and then we would have done what he tried to do, which was go wide, switch back, and better run. I think that's still all fair enough, but it's an aggressive overtake, no doubt about that. I think that one's all right. Alrighty then, there we go. Well, thank you all so much for tuning in. I massively appreciate it. Massively appreciate it, as always. Thank you all so much. If you've got a little bit of time before you all go to bed, then please go watch our cheap car challenge over on our channel. It's cost us a fortune to put together. We will never ever make the money back, even if we got a bazillion views. It's cost us literally, this is no joke, it's cost us 10,000, more than 10,000, £10,500 to put that video together. So if anyone would care to go click on the video, even if you just put it on a screen and leave it to play and don't watch it, that will help more than you possibly know, and just let the whole thing run. It would mean a lot if you could go check that video out. A lot of money spent on it, a lot of time. We've had a great team putting it all together. And, yeah, I wish I could afford it, James, but the truth is I can't. Do you know that I'll leave you with this, my business, Affinity Media, we've worked for an entire year, right? So we got there's myself and two lads that work at the company, and we've done loads of work for loads of different people and NHS videos and councils and all sorts of stuff, all sorts of projects all over the country. Some really, really cool stuff, some really, really boring stuff, but lots of work and been, quite busy. And do you know that after all of that work and all of those jobs, and by the time that people pay your invoices late, and by the time that you have to then take out money to actually make ends meet at the end of the month because people haven't paid your invoices on time, and therefore you need to go take out like a 20 grand loan just to make payroll for a few months, by the time you've paid all that interest back and all the extra borrowing that you've had to do and all of the turnover taxes that you get on your business and all the rest of it, I actually literally made a loss of £15,000 after all that. Most of that might have been where all the money's gone on the Affinity Racing videos. But yeah, we lost £15,000 at the end of the year. Can you imagine grafting for an entire year and realising you are £15,000 worse off than when you started? How utterly tragic is that? We'll leave it there, though, on that uplifting note. Thank you all so much for tuning in. No tax to pay. Brilliant move. Tremendous. Yeah, I wish that was the case. Hey, jeez. Right, thank you all so much for tuning in. I will all catch you tomorrow for the next week of daily races. Don't know what they're going to be. We will find out tomorrow when we wake up and see what they are. Good stuff. That tickled me, that one. Right, catch you all in a bit. Enjoy the rest of your weekend. Please go check out the Cheap Car Challenge. It cost us a lot of money and we'll never make it back. Please pity us. Thank you so much. See you all tomorrow. Toodles.